Okay, so the whole tweet started with the Dusty Carpet, small Twitter person saying, I think I'd quit Ultimate if I played this region. And it's just like top 8 and results. Bayo, Ness. You know what I think about Ness players and how they should drown. Banjo, Rob, Roy. Roy's fine. Snake, Diddy, Robin. Only thing missing is a Game & Watch. Right? That's how this started. And I'm like, amen. Amen, bro. Ness is actually sick in this game. Yeah, I mean, if you like, you know, eating crayons. PK Fire! PK... PK Thunder! And then you do down smash by the hedge. I'm so sick at edge guarding, dude. So cool, bro. And yeah, mom, I'll have 3 of those crayons. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Love you, mom. So Gamer made this post. If you had to deal with a bunch of mid tiers and a few high top tiers, you'd quit. Like, I feel like this is just completely missing the point to begin with, right? The point was never, oh man, I could never win a tournament. It's, dude, playing against Ness, Bayo, Banjo, Snake, Rob, like, it's not fun even if you win. That's the point. Like, I don't know how you can get that takeaway. And other people are like, I'm pretty sure this tweet just, he finds most of not all of those characters annoying. I'm just sick of the whiny. We're even complaining about playing against bad characters now because they're annoying to play against sometimes. Yeah? I mean, you nailed it, bro. Like, why even play competitively if you want to give up every time you hit a new challenge? I don't understand how he can see challenge and annoying to play against. That's the same thing. Like, you have to be a certain kind of masochist. You know, not even, you know, like the fun kind. The fun masochist. To be like actively annoyed to be the same thing. Like, you're not even taking pain with pleasure. It's just pain and annoyance. Like, it's like sitting in an empty room and just staring at the wall because it's, you know, boring. Because it's a challenge that it's boring. It's a challenge to not go crazy, to be in an empty room doing nothing. It's like, can we get that Gamer as a Game & Watch main? Yes. Pretty obviously too. I'm pretty sure the best characters are the most annoying to fight since they're harder to beat. Like, this is the most scrub take to me, at least. Like, I don't know. I don't know any top player that's ever said that. Like, this is, in my opinion, not wanting a challenge. They think that any matchup that's free is fun. Because, like, what, in Melee, would I enjoy, 1, playing a Fox Ditto, or 2, playing against the Bowser that can't even fight back? In RPGs, is it more fun to play against the last boss that's challenging, or is it more fun to, when you're in the max level, go back to level 1 and just, you know, stomp the first monster over and over? It makes no sense. An annoying mid-tier means you can't brain dead spam your no more game plan and actually have to adapt. They're still worse than the top tiers. It's like, that's not even true in Ultimate. That's the thing. Against many of the low tiers, what you do against the low tiers is spam gimmicks even harder because they aren't good enough to deal with it, or camp them. Like, I understand that in some games, having more options is cooler, and, like, you know, having to deal with different matchups is cool, like Guilty Gear, for example. But the thing is, in Guilty Gear, there's a lot of universal mechanics to stop that game from being degenerate. Now, the thing is, in Ultimate, what do you do if someone's annoying? Like, if you look at this list, look at Bayo. What do you do against Bayo? What did Armada do wrong when he played against Rage and lost to Rage? Even though Armada's obviously the better player, what did he do to lose against Rage? Because he has never played Bayo before. He tried to interact. Bayo shielded, and he was like, I can punish this. No, you cannot hit Bayo shield. Up B is frame 5 out of shield and basically unpunishable on reaction. Can you edge guard Bayo? No. Can you ledge trap Bayo? No. Can you shoot projectiles against Bayo? No. Which time? Can you juggle Bayo? No. Can you do anything except space aerials in neutral? No. If you do that though, she's useless. I mean, not useless, but way worse. Is that fun counterplay and actually adapting and having fun? I mean, yeah, again, maybe if you like sitting in a dead room and like staring in the wall, but that's the thing, right? Like, in Ultimate, the answer to everything is just camp. Just be more patient. Against Diddy, when he has banana set up, do you approach him or do you wait for him to make a move and or for the banana to disappear? You wait. Against Robin, what do? You wait until his PK fire runs out. Against Ness, do you approach him and get back thrown at the edge, or do you wait? You wait. Against Rob, what do? You jump over the gyro 40 times, try to hit it, get hit anyway by the gyro because the hurtbox is stupid. And then you hit him off stage and he you wait, you hold shield, And then eventually he goes down with a nair and it's safe. And then he down tilts. And, you know, you wait for the next game to get released before you can do something against Rob, you know, before there's counterplay. But it's still waiting in the end. This isn't even like the worst top tiers. Like, imagine if this is Bowser. No, imagine if this is any other character. Like Young Link. Young Link is such fucking cancer. Oh my god, dude. Oh, Young Link. Young Link's so cancer to play against. He's fun to play. Like, that's what Mr. Ross says too. He likes playing Young Link, but he hates playing against Young Link. That's just a terrible game design where only one player can have fun in a two-player game. And now, I know some people in chat would be like, no, it's not like that. You know, I've defeated my friend's Young Link, and, you know, I'm practically Elite Smash half the time, unless, you know, when the game ranks me up against a laggy Ganon and I drop out, you know, it takes me 3 weeks to get back. But, you know, like, practically, outside of that, I'm basically Elite Smash level, you know? So, Leffen, you don't know what you're talking about. And honestly, gamer, this applies to you too. I'm sorry. Stop. You're not a competitor, so don't act like you're one. Any competitor, like, if competing is so fucking fun, then do it yourself, you know? Like, no one fucking likes playing against Game Watch either. No one likes playing and camping against Bayo. No one likes playing against these guys. And if you did, if you understood the game the way I do, then you would also realize that it's fucking lame as shit. Like, the thing is, I try to explain here, like, being good is not the same as being born to fight. Many characters in Ultimate don't let you interact in a meaningful way. Bayo, for example, despite being bad. Even Bayo mains themselves say this. You know, you can go back and watch the VODs of Rage, the Bayo player that, you know, got 4th. Almost beat Space, beat Armada, beat a lot of good players. And he says that Bayo does not play the game when he's here, live on camera, himself. He says Bayo is toxic to fight, you know, but he likes playing it. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't see how it's wrong for people to hate fighting Lulumek and King K. Rool, but like fighting Wolf and Fox in Ultimate. I think that's honestly what basically every single top competitor likes. I've never heard someone say, I like fighting Lulumek, that is actually good at the game. Legitimately, not a single decent player. Either they like fighting everyone, which is, you know, like basically down to Maru. And Maru also thinks Kirby is not cute, and he thinks Fate Zero is boring, and he thought Smash 4 was a good game. But yeah, I would say that, you know, liking to fight random ass characters, it's just not like a mentality that generally goes well. And then I said, the sign of a good fighting game for competitive is far more often, see, not every fighting game, but most of the fighting games, it's far more often having top tiers that aren't toxic and are fun to fight, not having every little shitty design be viable. So Timmy, you know Timmy, we all know the Timmy, can have his favorite foot fetish satisfied when using the sword character function. This is what I mean, like, stop, like, there's always that fucking Corrin main at a tournament, you know, that Corrin main, or maybe he fucking mains Luigi in your main, where he's like, he just plays the character and then he whines about how it's bad, or Cloud. Like, he's wearing the Advent Childer cosplay, but it's actually just a coat that he cut one of the, you know, the sleeves on. It's like, man, Cloud is so bad in this game. Can't believe it. It's like, dude, pick a fucking different character. Pick a different character if you're so good. No one gives a shit. It's the same character. You think Cloud is complicated? Bro, he has like cross slash. Just use Roy Dancing Blade instead. Corrin, oh, I'm waiting for the buffs. You know, I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm waiting for the buffs. You know, I lick Corrin's feet every night, and you know, I'm waiting for the buffs. You know, I'm having a good time. Corrin's actually underrated. Except I'm gonna whine about every single flaw that she has every single game when I lose. I'm just having a good time. Just having a good time. No one gives a shit. That doesn't make a good competitive game. That makes a fucking waifu community. It makes an anime community. It has more in common with, you know, like a gacha game community, like Fate Grand Order, or like Grand Blue Fantasy, or fucking Pokemon Go, than it has with a competitive community. Competitive community should be about gameplay, interaction, reads, not fucking waifus. And I said, it's why people love MVC2, Melee, Third Strike, KOF13. Even if a game is technically balanced, at top level, there will always be characters that are more popular than others. Problem with Ultimate is that gimmicks are the strongest and most toxic option. What I mean by this is that, you know, if the best characters of Melee were Ice Climbers and Puff, and Fox and Falco were shit, the Smash community as we know it would not even exist, because it all got big because Fox and Falco were fun top tiers that are fun to fight with basically every character. Ultimate's community would not exist. That's just how it is. People like fighting fun characters. And if the good characters aren't fun to fight, then on a competitive level, the game isn't fun, right? That's just how it is. And someone said, if someone would quit Ultimate because of a few boring characters, wait, actually, let me just go to Ultimate Frame Data. All right, toxic, gimped, boring as fuck, worst version of Falcon I've ever seen, basic as fuck. And so yeah, you know, we had like 5 characters I didn't absolutely hate. So yeah, you know, there's just a few boring characters. And, you know, I know there's some people in chat like, how can you hate so many characters? You're just exaggerating. Dude, I was literally on the train back and people were like, you know, it was just Ultimate sitting in front of us. And they were like, yeah, dude, your character's toxic. Like, no, your character's toxic. You play Nez. And I'm like, well, you play Joker. I'm like, and then they just started going like, what character isn't toxic then? And they both like, they fell silent again. I don't think a fighting game should have too many characters. Having too many characters just makes for a worse competitive meta. When you have gone through these playstyles, none of these characters play the same. None of them. If you start going Mario, yes, but from C tier and up, these are all pretty much unique playstyles. And if you fucking come in here and say more characters are better because more is better, then you're just a fucking scrub that doesn't understand. Character variety is not as important as gameplay variety. It doesn't matter if Corrin looks different from, you know, Ike or Chrom or Cloud when they all functionally play the same and are played against mostly the same. It doesn't matter if DK and Ganondorf and Incineroar are different character models because no one on competitive level likes playing them anyway, and they're perfectly viable here in Melee too if you want to play at a scrub level like you guys who are probably in the chat right now complaining do. You know, Ganondorf is fucking broken low level at Melee. If the character design has no place at top level competitive, even if you buff up the numbers like crazy like they've done on heavies in Ultimate, no one fucking plays them anyway, because unless you make a character design so outrageously flawed and broken as Bowser, where you can legitimately lose the entire stock and then get one hit and it's even, then the character's still not going to be viable. It's just going to be more annoying for casuals. That's legitimately all they did with Ganondorf in Ultimate. He's still not represented at all in competitive. They just made him dominate casuals. Again, some of these characters, if I could, I would make them a little bit better. Like, I think there's a world where Ness in Melee can be cool, where PK Fire isn't too strong. I think Game Watch could have been alright if his shield and stuff worked. You know, Pichu could be cool, Roy could be cool, Mewtwo could be cool, Youngling could be cool in Melee because projectiles actually have counterplay in Melee, like power shielding and CC. And maybe DK could have been like a slightly heavier, slower Marth, but you know, overall we still have, you know, that's the key, right? DK would have been a slower, heavier Marth, but we already have a Marth. Roy, we already have a Marth. Yeah, of course there is some value to having more characters. But let me fucking ask you, how many characters in Ultimate do you play when you pick a character? On the train ride home, we had a Switch setup, and we played on the bus, right? And I tried playing Chrom, and Pepito tried playing Wolf. Because I didn't want to play my mains, right? And I play those characters, and I play them in a best of 3, and I'm like, so this is what Mr. R does every day, huh? Jab, jab, jab. And then I pick Roy, and I'm like, this is the same character. And then I look at other sword characters, I'm like, Lucina is floaty and boring as fuck, and it's still also just a basic sword character. Wolf is also basically a sword character. Ike, same shit. And I move my hand back to Joker, because that's the only entertaining sword character in Ultimate. Legitimately, like, he's the only one that actually has more than like 5 options in neutral. Like, that's the thing. Ultimate, you don't see people mess around with that many characters. They only pick like 3 characters each, because that's the same amount as people play Melee. Like, when you come into my stream and I play Melee, I usually play like Falco, Marth, Sheik, and then Fox, right? And yeah, of course there are going to be people that play more characters, but the average person does not use more characters. I can give you examples of Melee that use a lot of characters too. Again, character variety does not matter. Gameplay variety matters. There's legitimately more different playstyles of Fox than there is playstyles in Ultimate. And I'm not even fucking kidding. You think I'm kidding. That said, I don't really see, like, this is a semantics problem, but I don't see Bayo's, you know, spamming her specials as a play style. I see that as, you know, character gimmicks, because all Bayo players play the same basically, and all Bowser players play the same. Like, Bowser doesn't really play that much different from Ganondorf or even Chrom, right? They both space with Fair and use up Yoda's shield, and, you know, like, the core gameplay is actually very similar for a lot of characters. Like, yeah, there's some different things. Like, yeah, Bowser's Flame Breath, and Ganondorf has Side B. Oh wait, he also has a grab Side B. Oh shit. And, you know, Bowser's up B is a little bit, you know, 4 frames faster than Chrom's, and his breaks shield. Oh wait, he also has command grab. Oh no. You know, and he has a downer spike, and he has a downer spike, and he has a downer spike. And they both have a forward swinging Fair, and the back sword killing back air, and upwards up. Oh wait, you know, basically, yeah, basically the same. Both have a combo throw at low percent only. His is up throw, but these guys are down throw. Very impressive character variety here. In Incineroar, he also has a side B grab and a down throw combo, and forward hitting Fair and backwards hitting back air. Problem is, you're arguing about competitiveness in a game that is clearly for casuals. Sure, on your level, all these characters don't matter, but most people love the choice of skin. You think you're coming in here with some fucking sage advice? Like I don't know this? Like, do you think that I don't know that Smash is meant for casuals? We're arguing for how good the game is as a competitive game. Does that make it a flawed argument? I don't give a shit if Sakurai says that Melee was casual. Death of the author, man. It doesn't matter. Just because something is made for casuals does not mean I can't critique it as something else. But yeah, again, like, if someone would quit Ultimate because of a few boring characters, and again, it's not few, then they didn't really like it in the first place. I just don't agree that's true. Like, I really don't agree that's true. You can like most of Ultimate. Like, even if you're like one of these guys that think all these characters are cool, what's to say you don't hate playing as Bayo and a hero? You know, or hate playing against Game & Watch, right? This is a very common thing. You see Mutis when he lost the Game & Watch. You know, he seems to like Ultimate, but he fucking hates Game & Watch. There's nothing wrong with liking fighting Meta Knight and Mega Man and not liking to fight Olimar. Nothing wrong at all. Because in this game, characters don't really play that similarly. And many times, the only options that your character has against someone else's gimmicks or specials is camping. Matchup knowledge, like such interaction knowledge, is not the core basis of most fighting games. What other fighting games are big? Like, yeah, you know, there's some matchup knowledge in Tekken, but it's not really the main thing that people enjoy about Tekken. You can see people play a lot of characters in Tekken, and like, yeah, there's some natural knowledge, there's some testing, but like, what people like in Tekken is just, you know, the movement, the high plays, the mastery of characters. There's a lot of hyper optimization in Tekken, and the core difference is that you can have a game with a lot of matchups, but the problem is that when Ultimate, the base mechanics are so simple, unlike Tekken. There's not that much that is so impressive once you've seen it a couple times, because every Bayo player can do the same combo, every Youngling player can do down tilt to up B. But the first time, sure, it's fine, you know? And the thing is, when you say that other esports are bigger with casuals, you gotta realize that's just not true, man. Like, the other esports are bigger because they have a bigger player base, almost exclusively. Like, if I go on Twitch here, I mean, I should have gone on Facebook Gaming since that's the new thing, right? You watch Dota, this is like way more people. And again, it's a MOBA, one matchup. You know, everyone plays the fucking same. Not even an esports game, really. Grand Theft Auto, yeah, PUBG, like also one matchup, guys. Pokemon Sword and Shield, not a competitive game. Oh, wow, so many different matchup and, you know, matchup knowledge in CS. You have the AVP here, and you have, you know, like the different roles, I guess, but like, no, it's basically the same matchup. Minecraft, yeah, more competitive than Ultimate, but still mostly mining, you know, mostly in the mining matchup. There are, of course, variations of each game, but most of the big esports games are not made out of matchup cheese. That's not why people like them. Like, MOBAs are that because they're designed to be like that, but most fighting games are not like that whatsoever.